Thanks, you guys, for coming. Gosh, the emotions of the Pac-12 weekends, I think, are going to continue to be really high, and it's a long journey. And like I said on Friday night, I just want to be on it with this team. They were super responsive in a Saturday film session that wasn't rosy. They had a great practice. They're totally bought into what we're doing, and I'm just, really thankful and happy to get a big win today because, that's a terrific team there. It's a top 50 RPI team. It's a team that's in the hunt for the tournament. We all are, and so just really proud of the work that our players did to put themselves in a situation to win. USC always comes in here and competes in the most loving, respectful way. I say Mariah effing Moore. I mean, could she hit one more in her home gym? A lot of respect for her. And I think we battled through those things that could happen in a game, right? Kristine fouling out. And I just thought the team that we were today just is a little bit of an indicator of what we can become.
You guys seemed pretty resolute anyway, but how bad did you need a win just to kind of stop this little schedule?
We needed it. Just like we'll need a win next weekend, and we'll need a win if we are fortunate enough to go on a winning streak, right? But yeah, we haven't won in 3 weeks, That doesn't mean that the UConn thing wasn't really positive, right? But it feels good to be rewarded for the work. And, as I look back and think about all the good things we did against UCLA, our standards are so high that we want to get wins, right? And I think we needed this one today, and these guys earned it.
Kristine, you said on Friday that this team needs to learn how to close out games to win. What do you think the team learned today about closing out games from the victory today?
I feel like when you give yourself a cushion, it's always easier to close out games. I think the third quarter we were up. I feel like we do really well in third quarters. I think we learned from last game's loss and really tried to keep the lead. And the fourth quarter didn't go our way, but we were able to survive because we had that cushion.
We've seen this before, but just talk about the trust you have in Kristine playing with 2 fouls. 17 or 20.
Yep. I just, he's good. You good? You want to go? Okay. I mean, it's just like I always tell people, we play, did he throw it? Oh my gosh. Then this will be his last press conference as well. He has a good arm now. Yeah, he does have a good arm. He has a good arm. We play 35 games a year or so, and we're around each other. We're a team, essentially 365 days a year. So we're always talking about stuff, whether it's life, this, that. So, I've gotten to know Kristine and all the other, kids so well that I know their personalities in and out. She knows I need her to be able to play with 2 fouls. It's just, her efficiency in the game was plus 20. When she's in the game, we're plus 20. So it's no knocking everybody else. It makes everybody else's job easier, right? So I think, she's learned, I've learned that the value of having her out there playing with 2 is better than sitting her in the hope she doesn't get the 3. And then I can say, hey, when you get the third, can't get the other ones more quickly. But I think she's learned how to just lock in and play without fouling and understand how the officials are calling the game, what she can and can't do.
Kristine, on that, what is the key for you in terms of how do you kind of approach the game when you're out there with 2 fouls? What are you doing to make sure you're able to stay aggressive, impact the game, and not talk about that?
The 2 fouls that I had, I don't really remember what I did, but it wasn't anything that was out of my game. I felt like those 2 fouls, I don't know if I'm allowed to say stuff.
Yeah, just say what's your mindset when you have the 2 fouls after you've gotten them.
Once the fouls are there, what's your mindset?
Oh, no, to get my 3rd foul. I want to stay on the floor. I want to help my teammates. I don't want to put myself in a predicament where we could lose because I'm not on the floor. So I just try to stay composed and understand that I still need to play defense even though I have 2 fouls, because there's no reason why I should be on the floor if I'm not playing defense or posting up strong, and knowing that I'm going to get in a rhythm and the team's going to get in a rhythm and we're going to just play.
You say you didn't have a good game during UCLA, and then today was a tough game all the way through, and then with Kristine being out in the fourth quarter, what was your mindset as one of the leaders, for this team at the end of the game?
Well, we know that today was a must-win. Just staying together, that was really Kristine's message after the UCLA game. She pulled us in before film, and just said that we need to stay together throughout this weekend. Because winning's contagious, we know that in the Pac-12. So hopefully this sparks us within the next couple of weeks. I would say individually, my mindset, I feel like I've been really hesitant, overthinking a lot. So just knowing that I know the game, it's going to come, so I'm not really worried about it. Just having to flip that mindset and be really locked in on what I need to do to help the team.
Any extra emotions for you today, seeing your sister across the court?
It's kind of surreal, you know? When I first saw her, I was like, oh, that's my baby. And then, like, there was a couple times during the game where I still want to be like, wow, that's my baby. Like, I'm so proud of her. I couldn't be any more proud. She's impacting a winning team and has a lot of minutes, and I really could not be more proud of her. It makes me happy.
I don't know what they ended up shooting, but I bet it wasn't 40%. What you guys do so well defensively today?
I mean, I actually thought, right, like, especially in the first half, I thought our defense was really good. We mixed up with man and zone. I thought these guys really the team bought into a game plan and a one-day prep of containing penetration, not fouling, contesting different. I mean, like, Mariah's 2 threes in the first half that were shot clock buzzer beaters, were crazy. Like, I thought that was more, good offense than poor defense, and I thought we were in control. When it got down the stretch a little bit and they're jamming us down the road, we put them on the free throw line a little too much. They got some things, but I just think the players staying composed, understanding the game plan, and taking some pride in what we needed to do defensively was huge.
Also, adding on, like, if Mariah doesn't have 36, we're blowing them out.
Right.
Like, I think it's funny because Stanford, she was 1 for 9 or whatever from the 3. Then all of a sudden she's hitting buzzer beater 3s and step back 3s and things that we weren't expecting. We were expecting because Mariah is a gamer, but it's almost like she turned up for her hometown. Like, this is all her family's here.
That's Kristine's best friend, so she
Yeah,
could.
It's like 36. I'm like, what is going on?
She's capable of that, though.
She's capable,
and
but
Mark
still,
lets her do
like,
that, so.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's, look, her percentages are, I've just watched her play so much that, it. Like, I think when she came here with Louisville, she hit 4 threes or wherever we played them, there and here. And so, we knew she was capable. But I do think in this league, crazy stuff could happen. Foul trouble can happen. Someone getting hot could happen. Someone getting cold could happen. So you have to be doing enough of the right things. And that was kind of my message to him. Like, if you're continually doing the right things defensively, 1 or 2, kind of crazy shots can't beat you. Now, did we let her get off to, like, at once you hit some, we could have been better on some things, but I also think we made her earn it, as well. And it took the rest of them maybe out of rhythm because, she was so dominant.
You played a bunch of different combinations today, so
Yep.
that obviously has to do with foul trouble and all of that. But how does that give you or the team confidence on moving forward about playing more people in different combinations?
I think it's what you need, like, as this conference, progresses. I think the teams that are going to be at the top are going to be the ones that can figure out ways to beat different teams. And so I said that to him in the locker room, I thought Jaylen Brown was terrific today in any number of ways, and we can use her in different places. And then, Mackenzie Forbes' ability to play any position helps us. So I can move her, okay, they're going to sag off the floor, let's put Kenzie there. Now she can make certain passes. Okay, they're going to, not guard Jaylen as much, put her on the wing, let her crash in for rebounds. Like, I thought they really embraced it, similar to our, multiple kind of ball handlers on the floor. I just think they're really buying into that, and I still have some figuring out to do of how I can best put them in positions to succeed. But we have a deep team, and we have a versatile team, and I think that's important. Similarly, to be able to play Kristine and CJ together for stretches at a time and put Kristine on the wing in our zone defense. I think the kids buying into what we're trying to do makes us a better team.
Mm-hmm.
How do things change for you when Kristine is on the bench for a long period
A couple things, right? Like, she's so good at what she does. She's one of the most dominant players in the country. And so, yeah, a lot of things that we do kind of feed off of where she is and how we react to that. But we've said all year, and we've never been just about, one player. And so I think having her out and none of us panicking is a good sign, right? We expect big things of CJ. There's a million other people on the floor who can do things. So we have to kind of settle ourselves and say, okay, like, what are the looks? Maybe there's no easy money where you just throw it up there and, she's going to dunk it. Or maybe there's no shot block coming as a rim protector, but everyone's capable. And I think the ability for us to not panic, we'd rather have her out there, but to be able to, kind of be confident with her not being out there, means that we've got a full team and not just, a one player operation. So I think that's a good sign. But yeah, it just means that we got to figure it out a little bit differently, and our players did that.
Warren, she
I mean, it's huge. I mean, let's just put it this way: she's been coming along because I've been playing her more. It's not, she has abilities. It's trying to figure out where I can get, it's giving her that opportunity. I will say, I've said this to her. I'd say over the last month, she's improved more defensively than anyone in our program because she's really smart and is figuring out kind of angles and where she needs to be when, she's playing a quicker player or something like that. So I think her progression on the defensive end and my ability to find spots for her on offense, she just can do a lot of things and she's making plays. And then she's shooting the ball really well, which just opens things up. But we've known that she's capable of that.
Last question.
So from the coaching perspective, like the close of the game, like with them closing in again, and like the available players you have, and the team having said they need to have that change of success, but also the mindset. What did you do different, or if anything, as a coach during that period of time?
I think I was a little bit edgier all game. I was a little bit more trying to make sure, you always have to pulse to the team, but I wasn't gonna, in my opinion, in my mindset coming in, I wasn't gonna let them, have a minute or 2 minute where we lowered our standards. So I think I was sort of that throughout the game. I think, when we built the lead, right, it's certainly because of them, but I think part of that intensity level was there all game. So we knew they were going to make a run. I knew, Mariah and Mignon were going to put the head down and go and try to put points on the board quickly. So we were just trying to react to what they were doing and figure out the best ways to get stops. I thought Mo Mosley's couple minutes in there were key to try to, get a different look on Mariah. So we did that a little bit. We were trying to switch between man and zone and slow them down. But the mindset was the same all along, whether we were up 15 or whether they were making a run. I knew they were going to make a run at some point.